Welcome to Minds Back on the Case Discovery channel, the first platform for young minds to explore, discover, and learn. I'm your host, Isata Rasong Anisa, and I'm delighted to guide you through a journey of intellectual curiosity, creativity, and innovation. Join us to spark your mind and unlock your full potential. I say a very good morning to all our viewers. On today's episode of Minds Back, we'll be discussing a very important topic, and that's drug abuse, diving into its effects, its causes, and disadvantages. But luckily, I have a guest with me. So, to help me with this discussion, I have with me here a very important personality. I would like you to introduce yourself, then we continue the show. So, can you please introduce yourselves to our viewers and tell us what you do?
Hello everyone, my name is Sabika Nasir and I'm a pupil of Danube International School. Today we're going to be sharing some ideas on drug abuse.
So Sabika, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing just fine. I can see that you are fully prepared for this discussion.
Very prepared.
So the topic is drug abuse.
Yeah.
So in simple words, what do we mean when we say drug abuse?
So actually that is the misuse of drugs that can harm an individual's life.
Okay. So why is it important for children and young people to learn about this topic?
Well, because one, they are vulnerable. This means that they can easily be influenced by peer pressure, curiosity, or advertisement. So they need to be aware of the dangers that are ahead of them so they can avoid falling into their traps. Secondly, good decision making. Learning about the dangers of drug abuse now will help them to build the confidence to say no to harmful substances. Third, it secures future. Understanding the dangers of drug abuse now helps them guide to the right way and protect their education and career as well.
To my fellow colleagues and young teenagers, we heard her. We should be confident in saying no to drugs, and we should say no to drugs in order to secure our future. So what are some of the examples of drugs that are often abused by young people?
Okay, one, we have tobacco that causes addiction and it also causes lung disease. Secondly, we have cocaine. It also causes addiction, but it's also harmful to the brain and the body.
Yeah.
And also we have alcohol. That's mostly found in drinks like beers, wines, and other stuff. And drinks that contain alcohol are not health friendly. And also sometimes we have painkillers and we have sleeping pills and painkillers that are like misused and they are considered as drugs that time.
So even common drugs like paracetamol and painkillers, when they are often abused, is drug abuse.
Yeah, they are drug abuse.
So have you heard of the one in red,
yes.
the opioids?
Yeah.
You see, mostly that's what people abuse nowadays.
Yes.
The street. Just see how abuse they just be sleeping whilst working. So how does drug abuse affect the human body and brain?
Okay, for the brain, it affects the memory, concentration, and decision making. So it makes it harder for children to focus and think clearly. And secondly, it affects the body. It actually weakens the immune system, which makes it harder to fight against diseases. And it also causes health problems like liver damage, lung disease, heart attacks, and even death as well.
Okay. And drugs such as cocaine can damage the brain cell, which can lead to madness. Yeah. Okay. So, can drug abuse affect the way a person behaves in school or at home? If yes, how?
Yes, it can affect. So, at school, it actually supports grades, purpose memory, skip classes, they can focus enough, and even they drop out of school completely. And at the house, it leads to anger, stress, disrespect of family members, even stealing their properties, which causes conflict.
So, why do you think some children or teenagers are tempted to try drugs?
Well, like one, curiosity. They're adventurous and they just want to like try new stuff and other stuff, and they just want to practice it. Like what once someone said,
practice makes a man perfect.
Yeah, so they just try it without knowing the dangers of it. Secondly, through advertisements through television, radios, and other media sources encourage people to use or take in drugs that are not medically approved. Thirdly, we have ignorance. Usually, people with stress and like issues normally think that with the help of drugs they can like forget about them. They can calm down themselves, their mind. So they really think that drugs can help in doing that, but that's a lie. It doesn't really help in that.
So can I please ask a question?
Yeah.
So for instance, if I say let's say I'm feeling cold, I'm having a fever,
okay,
I have a headache. and I don't go to the doctor for prescription, and I just go inside the house and take any medicine I want, am I abusing drugs?
Yes, you're abusing drugs.
Okay. So can drug abuse affect a child's education and future?
Yes, it can.
It can.
Yep.
How?
So first of all, poor academic performance. Usually when children taking drugs, they get low grades, they can't focus well. Sports like football, basketball, and volleyball and other sports releases happy chemicals to the brain that naturally like
Changes the mindset of craving
yes,
for more.
yeah.
Okay.
And also hobbies and creativities. You must also focus on your hobbies so that you can improve your talents as well, like drawing, painting, and other stuff. These stuff brings joy into the mind and forget about the stress or pressure they felt
Okay.
on them. By
So what should a young person do if they discover that their friend is abusing drugs?
First of all, calmly talk to the person. Do not shout at the person for abusing drugs. That can make the matter worse. Secondly, encourage them to seek help from a doctor so that they can recover. And third, and the most important one is do not join them in also abusing drugs like that. And make sure you do not keep it as a secret. Make sure you tell a trusted adult because keeping it as a secret can make the case more worse.
If someone is already abusing drugs, is there hope for the person to recover?
Yes, there is hope for the person to recover.
Wow, I never knew there was hope for the person to recover. I felt like when they start abusing drugs, you end up in the streets and just die there.
No.
Wow.
Maybe because of family members and with the help of doctors, counselors, and rehabilitation centers, they actually provide like safety ways and actually they guide them to the what they need to do so that they shouldn't like end up chasing drugs again, and that will also help them to continue with education and career.
So who can the addicts go to for help?
They can go to doctors or health professionals for medical treatment, parents or family members for emotional support, love and encouragement during recovery, religious leaders and elders for prayers, and organizations like NGOs that provide therapy and skill training for people to battle against drug abuse.
So what advice would you give to young people in Ghana and the world about drug abuse?
Well, my advice is to stay away from drugs. They might look attractive at first, but they only bring pain, misery, and loss as well. Focus on your education, talent, sports, as well as your career. Make sure you listen to your parents, teachers, and you also make good friends. And also remember that your life and health is more valuable than any drug.
Can you share a short story or example of someone who overcame drug abuse?
Okay, so there's a boy named Alex in secondary school and he started abusing drugs because of peer pressure. Soon his grades got down, he became aggressive, and with the help of doctors and family members, he went through treatment and recovered.
Okay, so in one sentence, what is your key message to children and viewers watching us today?
Say no to drugs, value your life, and on building a brighter and healthy future. And I would also like to thank the KDC Club for giving us the opportunity to share ideas on drug abuse. Together, we can advise young minds and people to make right choices and live a bright and healthy, non-drug. I would like to thank the KDC Club for giving us the opportunity to share ideas on drug abuse. Together, we can advise young minds to make the healthy and right choices and live a bright and healthy, drug-free future.
Well, I hope you heard me, Sabike's message. Say no to what? Drugs. And I hope you keep it well. Moreover, to those out there who are not KDC members, I would like to urge each and every one of you to please come and register now. It's just 200 Ghana cedis. I can get more opportunities like I, myself here, and Miss Sabika are getting, and even beyond that. Well, we have come to the end of today's episode of Mind Spark. Thank everyone, including KDC, for giving us the opportunity to air out our views on the topic drug abuse. Yeah. So we wish to see you the next time. Thank you. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.